Well, hello everyone. Oh, I forgot to put on my Christmas stuff. This is a Christmas stream. I gotta have my Christmas hat. You're awesome. Kev, you're awesome. Thanks for that. I don't know what's going on with my stuff. Didn't happen. Hello, Ignis Fury. Hello. And oh, there we go. Super duper delayed resub. Thanks, Kev. You're the best. And here's my lights. And I'm a Christmas tree today. Super professional stream today, friends. Super professional. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna move this out of the way. No one needs to see that. Hey, yeah, that's right. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. So today, I don't know what we're gonna do today. I'm just kind of wing it. Get rid of that. We need to see that. I'm using Restream today. To stream to 1 million different places. And I don't know if this is actually going live on Twitter or not. It's supposed to be. So I guess we'll see. Apparently, if you go to my Twitter account, I think you will see that I am there. Maybe I'm not there. I don't really know. It is. Oh, nice. So this is crazy. We're just going to stream to all the things for the last one of the season. This is the last one of the year. I'm going on holidays. Grinch costume? No, you're Grinch. No, I don't have a Grinch costume. I threw this costume together 5 minutes before the stream, so you can tell by the way I look so good. Anyways, I don't really know what we're gonna do today, but I was thinking this is kind of 500. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I hit 500 on Twitch, so thank you, people who are following me on Twitch. If you don't know where I am on Twitch, if I did do this, will my bot catch it? Probably not. That's probably not a thing. Nope, that's definitely not a thing. Well, anyways, if you want to find me on Twitch, you can find me here on Twitch. Where's my thing? Let's go to my channel and get some inception happening here. There's my channel. Right there. You go ahead. Go ahead. What is a WordPress? A WordPress. Tom, you're smart. Tom and I go way back. Way back. WordCamp Toronto 2015? 15? 14. I can't remember. It's great to see you. It's great to see you. Yeah. And I forget what I was going to say, but I was going to say something. It doesn't matter now. WordPress is the thing that presses words. And it's actually, I believe it's spelled with a lowercase p. Maybe you should check that out. Anyway, 2014. Yeah, WordCamp Toronto. I did a talk on contributing to core. It was called A Noob's Journey to the Core. It's on WordPress TV somewhere. I wouldn't go check it out. It's not the best talk, but it is a talk that I did, and I was actually pretty proud of it because, you know, why not? Can you see my flashing lights here? Should I change the? Let's see. What else we got? We got strobe effects, seizures inducing, slower seizures. I like that one. I'm going with that one. Nice lights. Thanks Flex. I appreciate you. Yeah, so today I was going to work on, I don't need that open, and I don't need my text messages popping up, or Spotify. I'm just gonna close all the things I don't need, but I have a plugin that I use, that I built. It's called the Advanced Query Loop plugin. And I have been remiss in addressing my support thread stuff. Here's another shameless self-promotion that I would really appreciate if you went and downloaded that and hit that up. Oh my God, I hit 400 active installs. That's crazy. But yeah, if you're able to, if you need a plugin that does advanced query looping, it's a query loop block variation, so it adds a bunch of stuff, but there's some supporty type things that I need to try to address. So I think I might do that today. Oh, hey, Titus in Atlantis. Thanks for the gifted subs. You're the best. Is it Christmas already? How would you go about doing a loop and inserting content to posts in? Enjoy your video on WordPress developer thing that was uploaded yesterday about WP scripts. Yeah, okay, cool. Throw happy holidays, Titus. You're the best. You're the best. I love you. This is for you. Does that say you're awesome? That does say you're awesome because you are awesome. And yeah, I said I love you. I just do. What else? Okay, Throw New Arrow's got a question. How do you go about doing a loop but inserting content 2 posts in? Are you talking about like you want to do an offset? M Mechanic, howdy, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out. Throw New Arrow, are you talking about doing like inserting as in like you want to have an offset? Like off set post not pot. It's not that kind of stream. So with my advanced query loop, I think you might be able to do that. Let me just take a look. So if we have the loop, we come down here, we can go, I want to show, so this is the first post, second post, and the third post, right? If I want to offset this, so I show this one first. I think what we'll need to do here is select the thing, come down here, and then so we have post prepared, we post offset. So I'm going to set my post offset to 2. I think that's what you're looking for. The lub. You what? Hey Ryan and Chad. Hey P Georgiev, welcome aboard. Thanks for hanging out. So it's a loop that shows 4 posts. After it loops through 2 posts, inserted different. Oh, like you want to have something insert every 2 blocks? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Then continue. How would you do that? Well, you'd have to. So the auto inserting of blocks is kind of a thing that's a little bit harder to do, right? And I thought, oh, the loop, the loop. So there is a thing that is called block hooks, but it's not really what you're looking for. So it's kind of in the weeds. Like I don't really know how you do it right now, because if you're using a query loop block, right? Let's get into here. So in your post template, this is what's being done for each post item, right? Almost a brace out of the loop and then continues. It's a really good question. You would have to write something custom for that, I think, because to my knowledge, the post template block doesn't really have it. There's no logic to it. It'd be cool if you could, that'd be super cool actually, because if in this you could have sort of like, this is the post template, but then add some logic. Yeah, you definitely, I think you'd have to have it. You'd probably have to have it be, I mean, you could do it with the dynamic block at the front end for sure. That's definitely how I think that you could do it. So if you had like a how are we doing this? This is not what I want. This is not the right thing. Twitch streams. So it's possible in the sense of like once you're into, hello, what's going on here? Oh my lord. Oh my, what is happening? Everything's broken. Everything's broken. All right. So if you had, I don't know, if you had any one of these, any plugin that's got, let's just build a new plugin. Let's see what we can do here. CD plugins, and then I'm gonna go npx. Not that one. Not that one. I was doing some stuff with Playwright the other day. I'm really liking Playwright. It's pretty cool. We're gonna go loop breaker. I don't know how we're going to do this. The key to doing this here, I think, would be to do it as a variant, as a dynamic variant, like a dynamic block, right? So you're not going to be able to do it, and like, you might be able to do it. So if we look at, if you did, I'm not finishing any sentences. If you did like a query loop extension, or a query loop block variation, you might be able to do it so you could mess with it on the front end. You could do something. I'm gonna abandon this. Let me just jump this into my advanced query loop here. What branch am I on? Oh my god, why is this typing so slow? Hold on, I gotta quit this. I don't know what the deuce is going on, but something's happening. And somebody please hit that what the deuce. Please hit it. Okay, what is this? Query loop. Okay, so in the query loop, there is basically, what the deuce? Thank you, whoever triggered that. I don't know who triggered that. I don't know why this is so laggy. Oh my lord. OMG. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get into like probably gonna want to get into the render block. There's like the render block loop or hook, and do it on the PHP side, because I think you can get access to the hooks that way. I support different post types. Yeah, you can support whatever post types you want. So if you want to do this with a query loop block, so the benefit of using a query loop block or a standard. So if you want to do this with a query loop block, you would probably want to do a variation. So, you know, because you can set your post type. So if you have custom post types in here, that'll get me out of the way there. It's totally fine. You pick the post type that you want, right? And do this stuff. And then when the block is rendered, there's a render block hook, filter, right? So render block right here. Right. There's this one. Where is it? Render block. There's a bunch of examples in here. Terrence is here. Hello, Terrence. So this is render block, but you can also do so you would probably use this filter, and then inside that filter, you should get block content block. You should get a bunch of information. So if I just go like this, I'm going to do this. What I'm going to do first though is stash this therein by stash, put on tracked, but I'm just going to check that by git, check out trunk, git, try loopy thing. Okay, so now I have a new branch. So what I want to do is I'm going to add the filter in here, not that filter. Wait. I'm going to want this. I'm just going to do all this stuff. I'm just going to grab this, right? So what you can also do is you can also go, there's a way of doing it like on a specific block as well. Terrence, it's going great. It's going great. Thanks for hanging out. So we're gonna have to figure out some stuff here. So basically, what I want to do is at this point, if it's named anything here, why is this yelling at me? Oh, Yoda conditions. Yoda conditions you must do. Oh, that's a horrible impression. Who said I could do that? Oh, the worst. What is this thing yelling at me for? It's empty. Okay. So what I want to do, I'm going to do the high level debugging here in PHP. I want to die and see what comes out with the block, because what we might need to do is hook in to the query loop itself. It's being rendered, right? Floggin. Hi. How's it going? Great name. Great name. So do I have a namespace? So I'm gonna do it this way because this is how I like to do it. I like doing inline functions. Fight me if you want, but I don't care. These are anonymous, inline, whatever you want to call them. Now, if you do this, which I think it's fine, but keep in mind that it is impossible to unhook these things, these filters, if you do it this way, because there's no way for us to know how it works. And I need to indent that. Everything's yelling at me now. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I come over here. Not that. Definitely not that. Okay, so I'm going to just reset this. Publish this. Are you a WordPress dev? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I am a WordPress dev. Okay. Am I getting? I am a WordPress dev. Very much so. Thank you for hanging out. I'm sorry for being sarcastic. What is this? Oh, there we go. So, doesn't really help too much. So that's the block. So if I spit out block content, what's that going to give me? Oh, that's the actual content. Oh, so I gotta do it before that. You anonymous. Okay. So what you're gonna have to do is, this is too late. This needs to be done in a different hook. How would we do that in a different hook? You know, another way to do this, actually, awful developer. Who's an awful developer? There's another way to do this. Maybe we don't need to do this in one block. You can do this with a series of blocks. So what if you did, thank you, Julian Velez 1 for the follow. You're awesome. So here's a crazy idea. What if you did this with a block template? Instead of doing it with like a custom block. Because you could do something that was like this. Now you'd probably have to use my plugin, or a variation like my plugin. So you could go, okay, so we're gonna use post. We're gonna go, where did I do here? We're gonna show what 4, right? And then in our template, you come in here. We're gonna get rid of the pagination. We don't need the pagination, right? Title and date. You can show whatever you want in here. And then after this, we're gonna insert whatever. So this is the block. This is the block. Yeah, that's how you type that. Flogging. I do indeed do that. Yes, thank you. And then what we can do is insert another query loop block after this, right? If I can type. So then we put another query loop block. Start blank. Let's do this. Say, and then so now, but the thing we'll have to do here is we'll have to do the where is that gone now? Where are my features? Where are my settings? Hello. Where are my settings? Update. Oh, that's not the right one. I can switch to my AQL. So then we can use this post offset and hit it to 4, and then we should, when we get this, we should kind of get what you're looking for, right? Oh, sorry. This is the. I'm gonna also exclude current post and exclude current post. We'll update this. Is JIV plus some secret message? Yes, it is. Clearly you don't know what it is, so there's that. So that's the post title. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, then this is the thing, and then we got 1, 2, 3, and we can compare that just to make sure that this is correct. So if we come in here, and so you could do it that way. Honestly, that might be faster, because then you can come into your patterns and you could do that, right? It's a bit of setup on your end, but that might be the easiest way to do what you're trying to do, honestly. Who asked that question? Throw new error, yeah. If you want something that's automated and you want something that auto inserts blocks and stuff, you're definitely going to be doing auto inserter thing. You're definitely going to be into some kind of custom development for that. Will that work with pagination? Yeah, not really. No, it won't. No, it won't. You need to have linked stuff. You need to have linked stuff. Yeah, pagination kind of breaks it, right? What's the question, Floggin'? I'm looking for a developer to build a group block for plugin I have, and it seems React is needed. Yep. So dynamic would definitely be the way. In fact, you could build something. It doesn't even necessarily have to be this like a query loop block variation. You could just build a block and set the post type that you want, and then on the render, you could do a WP query. You could do your own WP query, in whatever posts equals new. I haven't done this in a while. WP query, right? Query, whatever your args are, right? And then you're like, basically, if posts. How does this work? If posts, no, it's query, right? Can you tell it's been a while since I've written one of these? It's like if query, like, query, sweet lord, query, flogging. You definitely don't want to hire me because I can't type. If query, like, have posts, or is it has posts? Have posts, right? Then you're gonna loop it. Then you're gonna be like for each query posts as post, something like this. Then you could probably want to start a counter. Go like counter equals 0, and then be like, I don't know, if so you can be like output post stuff. I think this will be, stuff. And then in here, if like counter, like is modulus 2, whatever, 4, I guess. So basically, if it's divisible by 4, you're gonna insert a thing, render the thing, and then you're gonna counter plus. Something like that is gonna be what you want. But that's a pretty like low level way of doing it, which you might have to do in this particular case, right? Can you create a block without React? Flogging. Yes, you can create a block without no, you can't. You don't need to use React in the sense of like a build process and JSX and everything, but you can write vanilla JavaScript that will generate a block for you. But it is a little bit more complicated. Ignis Fury. Hey Ryan, a bit of help with when we are of. Can you point me to the right direction? Standard pagina is 123x. How to change that to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 26? I'm not sure how to search the problem. How Ignis, where are you doing this? Like where is that happening? Is it in the like the advanced query loop here? Like, is it this? My previous number is pagination. Because what you're talking about is 1 2 3 4 5 like that's kind of happening depending on what the number of things in there. Like there is some what is it? WordPress pagination filter. What is that thing called? Paginate links, maybe? Filters the paginated. No. There's definitely a way that you can do it. But on custom query, in a custom template, when you say custom query, you're talking about like a WP query, or you're talking about like a query loop block? Are you writing all the code for this, or are you using the query loop block to generate these? Okay, so you should be able to get in WP query, in the WP query class, the results. Hi, I won't even attempt to pronounce your name from YouTube. I'm sorry, is it in Russian? I'm not sure what that is, but hello and thank you for hanging out. So in your WP query class, I'm streaming on a bunch of different platforms today, so the chats aren't all seeing everyone else's stuff, but I just want to say thanks and hi. So, okay, return, no. So what does it return? Let's see. Properties, post count, maximum pages. So you could use maximum pages. right? So that will tell you how many pages there are. Oh, from Ukraine. I apologize. Sorry, this not Russian, obviously. Ooh, awkward. But welcome and thank you for joining. Yeah, so you're gonna probably want to use the max num pages. So when you query this thing, you're gonna have the access to max num pages in there, and so you could what is this? Methods. What's this? Its category is embed. Just preview its tag. It's time to track back. So there's definitely going to be something in WP Query that you can use to do all that with. Parse query. I don't know if there's anything in here that you're going to be able to use. You might just have to use the where the query's page result are not enough for the first page. Yeah, so you're probably going to use this thing. This will give you the number of pages, right? Paginate links. Oh yeah. Wasn't I just looking at that one? Paginate links. Oh yeah, the function paginate links. Maybe that's what I'm thinking then. Let's do this. Paginate links. No, oh, that's a hook. I want the function. Function reference paginate links. Where did that go? There we go. So there's your paginate links hook, or not hook, or function. So let's see, there's our example in here. So you can go total number of pages. So that's where max num pages comes in, right? Pages default false. So you can, so there's probably, oh, there you go. How many numbers at either side of the current page? How many numbers at either the start and end list edges? So you can use that function. Thank you, the LUP. That's perfect. That's what you're going to use most likely to generate those numbers. You could do it like yourself, but you don't want to probably because it's a huge pain. Before page number, So there's a lot of things that you can do here. Look at you, awesome, Igneous, not Igneous, the LUP, Igneous and the LUP, everybody. That's fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. So my YouTube friend from Ukraine, what is your name so I can say hello? I'm sorry, I don't read that. Oh, there we go. Mission passed. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. Anyway, so what was I was going to do? I was going to look at some things. I'm getting rid of that. I don't need that anymore. I was going to try to maybe fix some issues, but I'm loving this. We're just all hanging out and chatting like Putins. Oh wow. Vladimir? Is that your name, Vlad? Vladimir. Okay. Well, welcome, Vladimir. Sorry, there's a YouTube. There's a viewer from YouTube who is joining us right now from Ukraine right now. Nice. Thank you for joining me and us and everyone. I don't know how many people are live on YouTube right now. Told my supervisor about you. You did? Oh no. Oh, you can get me fired? What's going on? What's your supervisor? Yeah, sorry, Kev. I can. So Twitch has some new rules about multi-streaming. And I can stream to multiple places at the same time, which is very cool. But what I can't do is I don't think I can show chat from other places. So until that's lifted, it might be a little bit weird. So I'm going to be chatting. Yeah. Does YouTube not get my chats? I'm going to look at that in a different window so I don't violate my Twitch stuff. Let's see. Should be live. Am I live right now? I'm live right now. Let's see. Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, my chats are getting in there. My chats are getting in there. Let's close that because now I'm hearing myself talking to myself about myself. So you're saying we should all move to YouTube. You do whatever you want, Kevin. Kevin! But, yeah, if you want, Power is out here, so hanging out instead of Dev. Oh, nice. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here with me, M Mechanic. Who was asking? Somebody's asking me something. I can't. Okay, the LUP. Tell me, what are you talking about? You told my supervisor about you. But, like, told me, your supervisor about me. So what does that mean? Am I going to try to... Are they going to call me for a job reference for you or what? Or are you giving me a job reference? What's happening here? Come on. I'm such suspense. Such suspense. Oh, boy. Oh, for those of you that don't know, this is my YouTube channel. You already said it. What are you talking about? You already said it. You didn't. You told my supervisor about you, and then I don't see... You didn't say anything. Maybe you didn't hit enter? I don't know. Anyways. Shit. Michele! Corey, how's it going? Wait a minute. You told... Oh, Kevin, you told my supervisor. Your supervisor... Wait, Michele... Long time no see. Yeah, Corey, welcome aboard. Well, thank you, Vladimir. Your dev lead is, I'm sure, awesome as well. The LUP, where do you work? Is it Michele? Or Michelle? Because I know one of each. Oh, you do, don't you? Of course, yes. Is that Michele Cipriani? Nice. It's awesome. Hey, Daryl, Molly, Brand got someone from YouTube chatting out here. Yeah, I am one of the dudes working. He was commenting on the developer hours that we do. If you haven't seen it, actually, you got to go check it out. Developer hours. Where are we doing this? So we do them on Meetup. So we do them on Meetup. I don't know why I said it twice, but I did. I said it twice. Oh, I gotta log in. Hold on. Log in. And there's ones, they get uploaded to WordPress, the official WordPress YouTube channel as well eventually. So we go here. You can look at these featured playlists. I highly recommend checking this stuff out. And developer hours is specifically the playlist that you might want to look at. I'm gonna just pause that. Get that out of here. Then the latest one is the WP Scripts one, which is this one here. This is the one that we just did last week or this week. And oh, just shh, Nick, stop talking. That's Nick Diego. He's fantastic. Pro tip: for English to know, you can go to YouTube, pop the YouTube chat, close the video, and the chat stays live. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm fine with the fragmented chat. I see everything coming in. It's for people who are not seeing things. Yes, I'm using the multi-chat. See, look it, see this? I'm using the multi-chat, but I'm not allowed to show you that. So shh. Oh, sorry, Kev. I didn't mean to interrupt your chat. Oh man. Yeah, I'm using multi-chat and restream. I really wish Twitch would get on board with letting people show things. I'm also not supposed to link outside of stuff. This is Nick. This is Nick Diego. Yes, please use. Oh, nice. Using WP Scripts and theme dev. That was a big part of this particular one. We were talking a lot about that. Justin Tadlock, one of my colleagues, is. Oh, I meant to link this. Absolutely sign up for this group if you're in the meetup and stuff. Go check it out. There's developer stuff like crazy. There's non-developer stuff. There's Jonathan Bossinger, who I'm sure you've heard that name before. He's awesome. He does a whole bunch of really cool stuff. like developer stuff. So absolutely go and check it out, and you can sign up. Yep, the LUP, it's on YouTube now. I just linked it. Did I not link it? Maybe I didn't link it. Let me get that back up here. So this is the link for it. This is the developer hours with scripts. That's the one you want, right? Yeah, this should be it here. And you just go to the WordPress, the official WordPress YouTube channel. That all that stuff there is there. There's a playlist for developer hours, so you can catch up on all the ones you've missed if you've missed any. And while you're over there, just go ahead and give me a little like, follow, whatever. Oh. Anyways, that's a shameless, ridiculous plug. Cool, awesome. That's great to hear, Daryl. Daryl is saying that he loves what the developer hours and stuff too. So we're going to be doing more of those in the new year. You know, use one command to generate blocks in CSS. Yeah, you absolutely can. It is fantastic. What worked? Actually, what something like that would be super. Shameless plug. It is a shameless plug. It does, well, depending on what you, okay, so mechanic, you can do a custom Webpack config. I will say this, depending on what you want to do, you most likely will need a custom Webpack config. There are a lot of flags, a lot of options within the scripts package that allow you to configure things pretty substantially. One thing is, if for most block developers, all your source files can sit inside an SRC folder. That's not really going to be too much of a problem for the most part. When you get into a theme and you have you might have a source folder for like your theme CSS or whatever, you may want to change that. You can change that very easily just with a flag. You can change the output path name as well, just with a flag. There's a lot of things that you can change out of the box. Now, if you want to say add a new plugin, or you want to all of a sudden support Tailwind CSS or something, then you're definitely going to need a more customized version of that. Let me just drop that in there. And there's advanced usage habit. If you want to look at the advanced usage tab for some of this stuff, so the copy plugin, you're gonna need to do a custom thing, copy feature. Yeah, no, I agree. As soon as you're into like, I want to copy assets like fonts and stuff from a build from like a source to a build, then yeah, you're definitely going to need that. But there is a copy Webpack plugin already installed, so you might be able to just to extend that. But again, you're gonna have to extend the thing, right? Minimal package use configuration. Yeah, and if you Justin's got a great example of compiling CSS using scripts, which by default, like Webpack is built for JavaScript, right? Yeah, you definitely need that config. I can show you a pretty straightforward config actually that I'm working on. This is for a little thing I like to call the Block Developer Toolkit, or Block Developer Standard Toolkit, the cookbook. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna move me over here. I'm gonna hide this, not that. Hide this. I'm gonna zoom this in. I'm narrating what I'm doing. So I am pulling in the default configuration, which is what you were talking there, right? It doesn't work that great. I think you have to have the you can do it whatever you want in the Webpack config. If you would set that up, if you want to set up browser sync and stuff, but there is a hot module version flag, hot flag. You have to have the Gutenberg plugin installed, and I don't think it works that great. But it is there. It would be great to get some more eyes on that, maybe to fix it up, but it is technically supported. So anyway, so this is my config. So this is for a theme that I'm working on. That's the default config. It's very important that if you're going to extend the entry points, that you also pull in this function, the get Webpack entry points. Now, I say it's important because if you're doing anything with blocks, this is the magical function that does the detection. So if you're not aware, scripts can detect how many blocks you have and build them all. So if you have a source directory and inside your source directory you have 5 folders, each containing a block.json, scripts will find that and it will build out 5 blocks, which I can show you here. I have blocks inside my theme. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My scripts is just finding it, and it just finds it because of this. That's the only reason. So it's very, very important to have that. The next thing is I have this remove empty scripts plugin. Can you auto detect JS? Can auto detect JS files in the same way? No, you have to have, so it doesn't, it will find an index file, non-block.js. So if you put an index in here, in your source, it'll find it. It should build it. Because I think that's one of the entry points. Let's test that. Index.js. Test it. Test it. And I come in here and you go cd chef yes npm start. We'll just see what happens there. So if I look at my build now, nope, didn't find it. Okay, that's fine. So it didn't find it automatically. That's where you're going to want to add an entry point and do it that way. So you can do, and that's what this is doing. So I've added some entry points in here. Now the thing that you could do is you could have a single entry point. It is. Let me get back to that in a second. The love, you're right, but it's also you have to call it. You have to call it again to make it work. So what you could do is you could include a bunch of files inside of a single entry point, and it will get all that stuff. Oh, what's the asset? Good question. Throw New Era is asking, what is the app.asset.php that's generated? That's a great question. So every file. So we look at this. It generates. It's basically it's an array. It's got all of our dependencies and it's got a version number. So when this is enqueued, when you enqueue a JavaScript file, one of the things that you add is an array of dependencies that need to be loaded before your file and a version number, and that's what this does. It just automates that process. So if you look at my enqueues in here, what I'm doing is I'm getting my plugins.asset.php. If it exists, I'm then going to include it. And then I'm going to pull the dependencies and the asset or the versions out of that and in my enqueue script. So now if I import another package, it will automatically get added to these dependencies, and then I don't have to come back here and manually update this all the time. For blocks, that's just handled, but for these ones that I'm doing there, we have to enqueue them manually. But this makes it a lot less manual. You write it once and you don't have to worry about it again. There's an article. I was gonna say a great article, but I wrote it, so I'm not supposed to say that. On Webpack. Oh, that's not it. That's definitely not how you spell Webpack, folks. There's this article. This kind of explains how that all works, because there is a bit of magic in there, right? Basically, when you import a WordPress package, you don't actually import it to your bundle. So if you're familiar with like NPM, and if you import something, it gets added to your JavaScript bundle that's transpiled and created, because you need that function, right? So that's where like tree shaking and stuff like that comes into play. But if you notice, you can add all the packages you want, right? It doesn't make your final JS file any bigger, and that's because we're not actually what's actually happening behind the scenes. And I can kind of show you this. What's actually happening behind the scenes is that in your build directory, so let's look at plugins, right? So what it's actually do. So actually, let me back up here. Let me just show you what I'm doing. Let me close this down. So in our JS, I have a plugins directory. So in here, I'm importing register plugin from @WordPress plugins. I'm importing all of these things from WordPress packages. So if you come from just straight JavaScript land, and this, you would expect that for every function, component, whatever that I add, my bundle is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because it needs to be part of the bundle to be able to be used when it's being deployed. However, with WordPress and with the scripts package, that's not the case. Specifically with the WordPress namespace, anything, the majority of the file of the packages don't actually get bundled. What happens is it gets converted into accessing the global. So what's the global? Well, funny you should ask that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In most cases, we have a WP global that sits on the window object in JavaScript that has all of these things. So if I want to find, let's look for, let's go register plugin. So what I can say is there's going to be a wp.plugins. So in here, wp.plugins. Oh, no, Ryan. But plugins, right? And if we look at that object, we've got register plugin right there. So what Webpack is doing, there's a plugin inside Webpack that's converting that. So that import looks like, where is it? In the build, if we look at plugins, what it's actually doing is, look, it's looking for window.plugin. So what it's actually doing is it's going to convert somewhere in here. Super easy to read this stuff, like totally. What it's doing is it's essentially converting, let me just show you what it ends up doing. It essentially converts this into this. Like that. That's basically what that gets converted into, if that makes sense, right? So this is how, because this is available, and that's where the enqueues become important, because when the dependencies become important, because when those dependencies are added, they get enqueued, added to the WP global, right? And then that's how we access it. So that's what's happening behind the scenes, and why it's pretty amazing. You can add every single component, every function component, hook, whatever, from every package that WordPress exposes, and your file won't get any bigger, which is really cool. Anyways, I don't even remember how I got on this topic, but I'm on that topic. Oh, right. So the entry points thing. So I spent a lot of time messing around. Not that. Where is it? Oh yeah, sorry, not this one. I spent a lot of time messing around with this, and what you could do, what I had always done before was I had just done default config.entry, right? But that didn't work. That wouldn't automatically find. Yeah, make sure you keep your libraries up to date. Well, your libraries are going to come. You don't even have to install them locally. You should, just for code completion and TypeScript support and all that sort of stuff. But anyhow, this is what I used to do, but it didn't actually work. It wouldn't actually build those blocks. So what you have to do is you have to call this, because this, like when you start build, this gets dynamically generated all the time, right? I always wondered what happened if I tried to compile an older version of WordPress Elements book with the core Cobra break. WP makes a big update. Yes and no, because it's still just accessing the global. So if you did something like, here's one. If you pulled the element, probably the best example that I can think of is, I can just find an example of this. Where is it? Index? No, not there. Would be data. Would be admin. So in here. This would be an example. So when Core moved to React 18, React 18 introduced a slightly different way of adding items to the screen, right? So if your code was written prior to this update, it would be pulling, I guess it'd be render, right? Render is what right. We've actually put it, but maybe not some of the smaller packages. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you did it, this would get warnings, because it's not bundled. It's not locked with your application. Like if you install a package and that package provides a function and that package is version 1, that function gets bundled with your JavaScript. So even if that package gets updated and as long as you don't update, it'll work exactly the way it's supposed to work. It's like a snapshot in time, right? It's like compiled. But with this, it's not actually compiling it and locking it. What it's doing is it's pulling create root and render from the wp.element package or global, which is actually could have been updated behind the scenes, right? Yeah, Kev. Yeah, it could change, but if it's bundled with the JavaScript that you built 6 months ago, it's the same thing. The function will be the same because you haven't updated that package and rebuilt your files, right? You're not, But in this case, you don't have that lock thing, right? Yeah, totally. But what I'm saying is, if something behind the scenes changes, okay, Kevin, you're arguing with me. We're saying the same thing. What I'm trying to say is because it's kept on the window, we're only ever accessing it from the window. Right. Okay. So let's use a different example. So let's say that we had import removed function from here, right? So we have this function. We'll say this was removed in the latest version of WP, right? But then I wrote code that was like whatever removed function, right? So if this code was written before it was removed. Yeah, or if it was removed or whatever. What I'm saying is if this was a different package, so if I had a Brian custom thing, right? This would get imported and bundled with JavaScript that is then pushed up, right? Right? So then this thing it'll still be there. Yeah, the function changes behavior, but in order for me to get access to that new function changing behavior, I have to update the package in my package JSON, right? So, if version 1 is, has this, right? And then version 2 has, removes it. Version 2 remove that. But if I bundled with this, right? And I don't update my package JSON, Monty Logic, hello. Yes, I know how it works in WordPress. I'm not talking about WordPress right now, Kev. What I'm talking about is if I install Commander, any NPM package that exposes things, right? It's not window. No. That's not what we're talking about two different things. What I'm trying, we're saying the same thing. If I install a package to my package JSON, if I install like this one, like common tags, right? And it's locked, if it's locked at that version, that whatever I use from it becomes bundled with my JavaScript. And then that JavaScript file, that bundled transpiled JavaScript file is gonna work, no problem. Even if behind the scenes this common tags gets updated to 7, right? I know we started talking about WP packages. I'm trying to say that there's a difference. We're saying exactly the same thing. What I'm trying to say is with normal packages, it gets bundled with your JavaScript. And so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff changing behind the scenes unless you come in here and do an npm update and update this package to the latest thing, then it might break. But with WordPress packages, you don't control that because it accesses the window and anything can happen because it's a different thing. So we are saying exactly the same thing. I'm just trying to make the distinction that in cases where stuff changes behind the scenes, to your point, you need to be aware of it and be careful of it. And that's why we have to worry. See, saying the same thing. Kevin, I love you so much, but shut up. Just kidding. We're saying the same thing. It's something that we have to be very aware of as developers, right? And that's why deprecation is a thing, and that's why nothing ever really gets deprecated in WordPress. It's like a running joke that everything's either experimental or it's deprecated, but you're gonna. You started disagreeing with me, Kevin. I don't know. Maybe I misread what you said, but I think I was in one mindset. Maybe you were in another. But you know what? I forgive you. When you see me in Asia, you're gonna punch me right in my stupid mouth, aren't you? Oh, chat, man, chat. No, Corey, you don't have to break up a fight. Christmas, we don't fight. Kevin, you add nothing but value to my stream and my life in general. I appreciate you. This is Kevin. So anyhow, I am going to WordCamp Asia, by the way. I'm going. If anyone else is going, we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna see Kevin there. I'm gonna have to buy shoes again, and we're gonna hang out. But if anyone else is going, you hit me up, because I'm gonna put together a Calendly link, and we can do this all formal and stuff. If you want to chat about things developing, I would love to hang out and see what y'all have to say. I'm getting rid of this because this is junk and caused a fight with Kevin and I. Oh, Kevin's getting back on topic here. What was Lup's last question? I don't think I saw it. I was too busy yelling at Kevin. I better get my chat window a little bit bigger there so I can actually read this stuff. If it's not there anymore, the global, I think the fallback in what will have compiled in my scripts. Yes, no, you're right. It will not. It will not. Unless it's a package that is not one of the WordPress ones. And there's a couple other ones that actually the dependency extraction plugin. It's called the dependency extraction webpack plugin. It's this thing. So this is the thing that does the magic. That's the thing that does the magic. So you want to check that out, because what it does is there used to be a list. There we go. So anything in here is not going to get bundled, right? So anything with WordPress start. Now this isn't entirely true. There is one or two functions or one or two packages I think that you have to install. The icons one is one, for example, that you need to add. Like you need to add it to your package JSON is what I'm saying. but jQuery, Lodash, Moment, React, and React DOM, all that stuff you won't get bundled. It'll pull it off the element package or whatever, wherever it is. Oh boy. Kevin, I don't know if we became better friends or worse friends or best friends. I don't know. I think you should add it anyways. Yeah, absolutely. Kevin, I agree with you. Kevin is saying, I think this is what Kevin is saying, that you should install the scripts that you need. So I'm not doing a good example of this. This is a project that I'm not really dealing with right now. But if you're using components, install them, because it's better for lots of things, and it doesn't get all that stuff. Everything Kevin just said. For those of you who can't see what Kevin just said, so you get auto completion, TypeScript support, typing stuff, all that fun stuff, all that great stuff. Well, this has been a great stream. I've written exactly 0 code. I got yelled at by Kevin, but I'm excited to be here. So does anyone have any really cool plans for the holidays? I am not doing anything. You don't need to see my Slack window. Get out of here, you cheeky bastard. I didn't get my Taiwan hotel yet, but it's being handled for me. My company is handling that. My 0 config block needs packages. It only needs packages for the developer. Oh, Flex per session had a question I got a question. Is there ever going to be any support for better React error messages when building WP blocks? Meaning you don't have 72 lines of semi-meaningless errors before you see there's an error and edit it. Oh! Flex, can I ask you a question? Do you have script debug set to true? Because if you don't, you should. Because that will make your errors so much better. What I'm talking about is in here. In your WP config, you're going to want to define that right there. Right there, that's the thing that you want. So out of the box, that will give you much better error support. I don't know if the React errors you're seeing is like, this is thing, click here to go see what that actually means. This will actually tell you proper errors. If you've already got that going on, sure. Let's see what we got. What is this? Okay, so advanced query loop. Where can I? Okay, so if I turn this to false, and my advanced query loop. Let's see. I gotta.
Kevin!
Oh, yeah. There's an error. You're an error. Get out of here. You know, it's really funny. I'm gonna want to throw an error, but I'm not gonna be able to throw an error. I am error. So let's see. It's so hard for me to try to throw errors, guys. I'm just like in a start. So what kind of error am I gonna get here? So let's. Oh, I have one. Let's get this gone. We'll do like a React type error. So what is this? Let's import use select. Use select from WordPress data. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this use select in here. I think this will probably yell at me. Oh, you know what? I'm going to just use state because I don't want to fart around with this. So I think what should, oh, come on, man. I think what should happen here is there's rules around hooks, and hooks always have to run. So I should be able to go test, set test, use state test, right? So this hooks are always supposed to run, right? You don't start with me. Streaming with Slack open. I have Slack open? You're a pain in my butt, Terrence. Get out of here. So this should yell at me, I think. Let's see. Because I should get. Oh, of course I didn't get an error. Why didn't I get? Delete. 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 And I'm going to put in AQL, advanced query loop. Interesting. Okay. Like return undefined. Is that what you're saying, Kevin? I'm just going to do that. Is that going to give me an error? Well, what in the hell? Okay. Oh, you have to focus a block. Still no errors. Something's not right here. Something is not right here. I feel like something's wrong. Yeah, that should have just killed that. Oh, I need to save it. It's hard to get things to happen when there. Okay, so that does that. Oh my God, what's the best way to run a little error here? What do we got? Control index in here, maybe. Let's go. I wonder if that'll throw a little error for me. Okay, so that threw an error. Oh. That's a syntax error, not the one I want. This is surprisingly hard to do. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to do it inside of the controls here. So I'm going to get that out of there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go inside of my multiple select post things. There we go. I'm going to say just return undefined. Is that what you're saying, Kevin? Undefined? That should kill something. Well, that is stuff that you can't really, there's not much you can really do about that. What is this multiple post select? I have the sidebar open. Oh no, it's not erroring. It's just not returning anything in there. I think maybe, let me try, I think I'm gonna try the hook thing. If the whatever, then I'm gonna go. Am I not using use select in here? I'm gonna set up a use select inside of this, or use state. I mean. There we go. So if I const, I should be able to go like this. Const thing test thing equal use test. Okay, so hopefully, man, it's just really handling these errors well. Well, it depends. So like if this is really strange that this is not, this should be yelling at me, right? This should violate the rules of hooks, should it not? I'm trying to throw a React specific error. Like this should. It's weird that it's not erroring. So if I just go throw new error. Hi. I'm just gonna get rid of this. So maybe this will help. Okay, so let's see if that gets any better. So I just threw, that's a lint error, I think. Yeah, but you should still get the hook. Like there's the rules of hook error violations, right? Have they changed that now? It's no longer an error violation, or it's no longer like a screw debug. So if I set this to true, does this give me anything better? Let's see. Boom. Oh, okay. Well, actually, it gives you more things. So script debug is going to actually give you more information. React would try to create this. You just want the first line of that error. Yeah, I don't know the best way. So you are using script debug then, because you wouldn't be getting like that. That takes you right to where that is, or it should, anyways. Maybe it doesn't. Weird. It doesn't even show me. Yeah. Just use, what is that? Yeah, that's what I was doing, and it wasn't working. Like I should be able to put a if false, right? And then do a const, like a use state select or whatever. That, I don't know if that's gonna work. That's weird. It does not want to do that. Because that should be failing. Because the. Well, the thing is, it's not necessarily core. Like it's just it's loading debug versions of the scripts, right? So it's giving you better errors, right? That's not firing the way I was hoping it would. Code isn't running. What do you mean? Code isn't running. Yeah, well, it's not about the code. It's more about like, okay, so if let's see, what do I have in here? If post type const use state. All right, so let's see. Is that going to yell at me? You might be right. It might just be never getting there, but it's not. It should be yelling at me. It should be absolutely yelling at me for it should be giving me errors in there, but it's not. For something important because you used an array instead of an object that you need to trace. Oh, like put it up here? Is that what you're saying? That might be what I'm thinking. That might also work. That needs to be inside of the thing. So let's see if that does it. Oh, there you go. Oh, so this is a reference error. Like that's pretty helpful. That's pretty helpful. Like it tells you right here. Like if I click on that, it takes me right to the line where I'm using that. It's not showing it in there for whatever reason, but it does. It does show me where I want to be. Right. So I get what you're saying. It's kind of annoying that there's so many things in there, but also depending on the use case, it's going to be very, very. You want as much info as you can. Now maybe cleanest errors are the ones you can't see at all. Yeah, there you go. We'll just okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I get it. Like you just want the first line. That's fine. But just look at the first line then. You know, not to be, jackass about it. I'm just not sure how. I'm not sure what the value would be to remove a lot of this stack stuff because sometimes errors appear in one place, but it's like PHP errors. Like they give you a line number, but it's never that line number. It's it's approximation, or it could be coming from somewhere else, and the error is passed from something to something. Like there's so many edge cases, right? That it's hard to say that there's a right or wrong way to like have the error message. What I'd like to see is maybe some better error handling in here. So if something does fatal, like if the block does break, instead of just saying, "Oh, your block failed," maybe it shows you the error inside of that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So anyhow, oh, great chats. That'd be nice. And I mean, so there is there's an error boundary. I don't know a lot. Well, Kevin will know this. He knows everything. Kevin, with error boundaries in React, can you wrap boundaries around boundaries and still get the access to the error, or is it only like a one-level thing? Probably just Google that. But great. Now he's not talking. Kevin's not talking now. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful, Kevin. Thank you. It will handle it and stop bubbling. Okay. Well, that'd be very cool to have a means of like injecting your own, or at least getting access to the error. What did I just do? Yeah. Anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about though, right? With the oh, Vladimir, Kevin. Yeah, right, you do. That's fine though, because there's higher order. There's still a couple of places where we're using higher order components to wrap things like that. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, error handling is a thing, right? And it's something that we should all be considering whenever we're doing any coding. is, defensive programming or whatever, checking for things and, wrapping things and try catch, proper error handling and stuff like that. Yeah, what Kevin just said. Like with HTML, you can just put body as a whole, but I don't know what to. Supposed to add left margins to keep white whole page line. Oh, sorry, I didn't see what you're responding to, Kevin. There was a question about the best way to have left margins to keep whole page aligned. Yeah, there's some stuff in there that you can supposed to show that. And your theme JSON themes? No. This one. So there's some things that you can do in the theme JSON for padding. Like you can set the width and height or the layout, the content size, and all that stuff. You can also set blocks. There's like block. This is a good one. Block styles. There's like you can set default padding and stuff like that and spacing for your blocks. You're gonna have to just kind of play around with it. What you can do is have a group block, insert the group block and have it be full width, like the align wide, and then everything will kind of, you can keep your padding handled that way. It's going pretty well. I can show you actually. Here, let me get this thing rocking and rolling here. BD. That's funny. PNV start. Well, that's handy. That's not gonna work either. What the? Every time I try to show anybody this thing, it just blows up. Is that gonna work? Let's see. No, not gonna work. Doesn't work. It's one of those days. One of those days. Okay. ENV stop. Is this thing running or is it just? Okay, so I'll run start and see what happens. I already got one running. Shouldn't. Oh, port's already allocated. Stand by. Maybe I got some stuff going on here. What do I have running? I'm sure I've got. You made what alive? What's good, Ryan? Scotty Digital, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna stop this one. I'm gonna stop this one. And Scotty Digital is coming to us from YouTube. He said, "Wow, made a live." Oh, he made it to a live. Nice. That's what's good. What's good is you made it to my live. Appreciate that. Okay. So what is this thing going on? All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. We'll get there. We'll get there together, friends. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's see. All right. So this is what I have going on. It looks horrible right now. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. We got this little. So this is using the interactivity API, but it is really rough. The design is not what it's supposed to be, and I think I just gave away some trade secrets there. All right. Let's see. Appearance themes. Let's go. No, editor. Let's go. Templates. Pages. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff in here. So the idea is, this is like a chooser on a venture, if you will, for some conference. And you click on this button. Oh, here, I'll just show you. Let's go to the front end here. the idea is you click on this and it adds, which I need to move, but it adds a little chef's hat, and then there's a certain amount of time. So if you were to attend a particular conference that I keep showing the logo for, you would you'd be able to choose what we're going to work on, and then once we fill up the time, that doesn't work anymore. Let's see. Recipe, you can see how much time you have left, and then once we have the time, then we work on those things. And this is the idea, but it's still rough. This is not going to look like this. I'm playing around with the with a couple of different layouts, which I think is kind of neat. But some of the things that I think are kind of cool is you can actually is this it? No, this is not it. Get lost. Yeah, so I have a couple of like styles, you know, so I have like a default style and whatever this one is and all this stuff. I forget where I was showing you this, but yeah, so this is just laid out as a, hold on, I gotta edit this. So if I go to the template, I want to go to edit to template. Yeah. You can see I have a group. The group in here is handling all of the content in here, and that's how I'm getting that margin that you were looking at. OIOA0202 is that's how I'm getting that content to. So it keeps a consistent padding and centers and all that stuff. By the way, this 24-hour stream is not 24-hour stream. It is a 10 minutes left stream. I'm not doing a 24-hour stream. I'm not going to do it. I've been thinking about it, and I've been doing reading, and every place where I look, people are like, I'm going to do a stream that long. They're like, don't do it. You'll die. I don't want to die, Kevin. I don't want to die. Oh, all I'm saying is I have a block in here, this group block, and I've defined, I think I have defined some padding in there, and it just kind of handles it, right? It just kind of auto centers that content. Oh, right. Position, default, yeah. Gotta put some games, gotta watch some movies, have contests. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. 24 hours is a long time to stream. I can't talk about code for 24 hours. I tried once, fell asleep after 12 hours. Nice. Nice. There's a thing where people like they stream themselves sleeping. Like that's the whole point. It's just like a live stream while they're asleep. So okay, well maybe sometime in 2024 I will figure out a time where I can just basically ignore my family for 24 hours. Maybe if they go away or something, I will do a 24-hour stream. I don't commit dates. But that's it. That's it. Maybe I'll do that. Speaking of 2024, I would love to know some stuff that y'all would want to see. So there's a repo that I've been kind of abandoned. I haven't really done much with, but it's a great place to kind of check out add some issues. Go to the issues tab and create one. Hot tub 24-hour stream. Kevin, I will not do a hot tub stream. This guy just wants to see me in a bathing suit. That's so weird. It's weird that I laugh at my own jokes. But it's my stream. I do what I want. All right. Okay. Liked and subscribed. Scotty Digital, thank you. Thought it was subscribed already. LOL. No, we won't miss this one. Well, hey, cool. Well, I'm also on Twitch, which I'm also streaming on Twitch. There's Scotty Digital. So if you are interested, let me link the link. Can never figure out how to get the channel. There's my channel. Boop. And I'm just gonna close that so we don't have to listen to it. That's for you, Scotty Digital, if you're interested. But I'm on YouTube. I stream live YouTube. I stream live on Twitch. Today I'm also streaming live on LinkedIn apparently and Twitter. And I tried Facebook, but it didn't work. So I don't know. So I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. And you're all welcome to hang out and chat. So anyways. All right, cool. Well, about 6 minutes left. Anybody else have any questions? Anything they want to talk about? They want to chat about? They want to yell at me or Kevin for? I feel like Kevin's almost my co-host. Oh my God, Kevin, that's what we got to do. You're going to come on the stream next year sometime. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, Kev. Oh, classic WP queries and turning them. Hello, Carl F. Bittman, coming from YouTube. Anything new for AQL? I'm fixing some AQL stuff. I have a couple of pull requests that I put together that is going to fix a couple of things. One specifically, I was getting an error. Or can't be used stream. That'd be fun. So there's some issues with having multiple AQLs on the same page, and if the first one does post meta query, the other ones inherit that post meta query, which is a little bit strange. So I think I fixed it, thanks to and thanks for the patience on some folks who have been dealing with that. Where is that one? This one. So this is. I apologize for not getting to that quicker, but I think I've got a fix. I'm going to hopefully deploy that before the holidays, and so at least that should fix that stuff up. There's there's a small fix for adding order by post ID and fixing a bug or a typo in the label. So we'll be doing that. Other than that, I've got a couple of other ideas. People are asking for ACF stuff. I'm a little hesitant to just bake that in. I don't know the best way to approach that, because not everyone uses ACF. So I don't want to just assume that if you're not using custom post meta that you're using like built-in core post meta. I don't want to assume if you're using that you're not using that you're using ACF, because there are other frameworks out there as well. So I need to think about that a little bit longer. There's also this great pull request from Pulsar X that introduces the ability to exclude a list of posts. Specifically, I think what the issue is that if you in AQF in here, look, I have to switch my theme. Of course that happened. Did I turn this off? Oh, okay, great. Oh crap. Oh, sorry. One sec. So in my in the code, what it does is it pulls when you're selecting a piece of post meta. Let me just see if I can get there then. Yeah. Oh my God, what am I doing? Stand by. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I have a Twitch theme activate. So this has some stream stuff. So if I go on my posts and I go in here and I set my AQL, just ignore how ugly this is. Why is my AQL plugin not activated now? Oh, great. Now what? Posts, edit. Oh, I've broken something. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll just show you with like the actual plugin or something. What the problem is that it auto completes the names of the post meta that have been registered. Sorry. So with AQL, if you're trying to do a post meta query, it tries to look up the post meta and auto complete it for you, but it won't do that with it doesn't do that with the ACF stuff, because ACF stuff is actually stored in a different place in the response from the REST API. It's in an AQL object, so you have to know the name of the keys. So adding that in might be a thing, but maybe I can do some checking and just be like, oh, if that exists, just add it to the list as well. Also, VIP doesn't like post not in. I know it doesn't like post not in. I'm already kind of using post not in for to exclude the current post, but yeah. Well, I mean, if VIP wants this plugin, they can absolutely get a different version of it. I would absolutely support that. But you can, I don't know. Yeah, so post not in's kind of not great. Definitely not great, but it is a thing that people are asking for. So that's the thing about this plugin, is that I have to be careful about what gets introduced, because you could potentially build out some really gnarly queries. Like if if you did a bunch of like post not ins, and then you did a bunch of post metas and a bunch of taxonomy queries and a bunch of stuff, and you didn't turn off this sort of pagination, and you didn't turn out, didn't just pull IDs and stuff like that, you could take a server down potentially. So, I mean, that might be an idea actually. Trying to add some of the best practices around like doing efficient queries, right? The gnarly query loop. Yeah. Porkit call it query. The gnarly query loop. Yeah. So, yeah, there's potential for like breaking all the things, but maybe I can do some sort of like efficiency things. I can turn off, like posts in, because we don't really need that. Like if you're not using pagination in your, actually there's an idea. If you're not using pagination in your, maybe it's an option that we can opt in. So if you're not using Terracane, just follow. Thanks for the follow, Terracane. If you're not using pagination, you can opt out. Like you can add like a whatever, make it faster button or something, where it just basically turns off the post not in and doesn't try to refresh post. There's like post meta cache and taxonomy caches and stuff like that. Maybe I can just turn some of that off in the background. That might be an idea. Anyways, so those are some of the plans. I don't really know. Really, what I'd like to do is clear out the support forum. There's some stuff in here. I've done an okay job. There's some older stuff in here that I have to just go through and go through. Scotty Digital. Oh, hey, Scotty Digital equals Terracane. Thank you both ways. You're the best. All right. Well, it is noon my time, which is not noon your time most likely, but I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take this ridiculous. By the way, this hat is from it's from a place in my town. Here, I'll show you. It's literally from, let me read that, Santa's Village, the Santa's Village, where Santa spends his summers. It's look it up, Santa's Village, Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada. It's funny. There's reindeer there. Anyways, it's cool. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for sticking with me this year and getting me to 500 followers and over like 1,200 subs on YouTube now, which is fantastic. Thank you all. I appreciate you. I would be literally nothing without you. You're the best. Cool. Well, I wonder, let's see. Is there anyone else streaming right now? Maybe we could raid. So I'm going to go ahead. This is just for the Twitch folks, but I'm going to go ahead and raid Finite Singularity because he's a good dude. He does some really cool stuff with OBS. If you're a fellow streamer, he's got some really great plugins. You should definitely check that out. But in the meantime, y'all have a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate another holiday, then Happy Holiday. And y'all the best. I love you equally and without reservation. All right. Get out of here.